In this timeline, the scouter did not malfunction. It evolved. By the time Vegeta realized his device was no longer reading power, it was learning from it. The numerical system that governed combat across 12 universes was already rewriting itself. This is not the story of how Saitama defeated a Saiyan. This is the story of what happened when Ki learned it could be irrelevant. The first scouter exploded on planet 728, a routine extermination mission. Standard procedure. Vegeta's device registered the bald human's power level climbing. 150, 2500, 15,000. Then it stopped displaying numbers entirely. Instead, the screen showed a single symbol, rotated 90 degrees, sideways infinity. A concept the Frieza Force computational systems had no reference for. When Vegeta crushed the device and activated a backup unit, it displayed the same symbol before the lens cracked from the inside. Not from external pressure, from processing. Nappa's scouter began counting backward. 500,000, 400,000, 0. Then negative integers descending into mathematical impossibility. His device whispered a final readout in Saiyan dialect. Overflow, recommended action, retreat to pre-numeric existence. When Saitama threw the first punch, casual, unguarded, the kind he'd used to swat a mosquito, Nappa's aura didn't shatter. It inverted. His ki condensed inward, collapsing through layers of his own cellular structure until his body stood empty, generating power with nothing to channel it into. He remained conscious, technically alive, but his energy signature now read as a perfect null value, a Saiyan reduced to 0 without dying. Vegeta fired a Gallic gun at full power. The beam reached Saitama and stopped, not blocked, not deflected. It stopped, hanging in the air 3 feet from his chest, like a paused video frame. The Kai remained stable, active, dangerous, but refused to advance. When Vegeta cut the energy flow, the blast didn't dissipate. It remained suspended, waiting for permission to exist that would never come. On King Kai's planet, 12,000 light-years away, the Grand Kai's power-sensing network began reporting identical readings for every registered fighter in Universe 7, 1. Not one unit of measurement. The numeral itself capitalized, absolute. Goku, Frieza, Beerus, Whis. Every database entry now displayed the same value. The system wasn't broken. It was simplifying. King Kai contacted Goku mid-training. You need to understand something. The Universal Combat Index just collapsed. Every power level, every ranking, every comparison, it all resolved to unity. We're not reading 0, we're reading one thing. What thing? Goku asked. Him. If you're enjoying timelines where power actually breaks the universe, subscribe, because this story only gets worse from here. Frieza received the report in his throne room aboard ship 4712. He listened once, ordered the messenger executed for incompetence, then reviewed the data logs personally. 7 scouter units, triple redundancy computational systems, quantum probability analyzers, all displaying variations of the same error. Cannot compare, no gradient detected. Subject exists outside ranking paradigm. Frieza transformed to his final form and teleported to Earth, appearing 200 meters from Saitama's position. He charged his supernova attack, the technique that destroyed planet Vegeta, and felt his own ki resist. Not drain, not weaken, resist. The energy wanted to stay in his hands. Releasing it toward the bald human required conscious effort, like throwing a ball against magnetic repulsion. When the blast finally traveled forward, it shrunk. At 100 meters, planet-killing. At 50 meters, city-destroying. At 10 meters, building level. At contact, the force of a strong punch. Saitama blocked it with his palm. That was brighter than usual. Frieza's scouter, hardened against readings up to 10 million, displayed new text. Subject's power level is causing retroactive decrease in comparative energy outputs. This unit will now shut down to preserve universal scaling integrity. The device committed suicide. Across Universe 7, every Zed fighter experienced the same phenomenon simultaneously. Their Ki pools began rounding down. Goku's Super Saiyan transformation still functioned, but his power output measured the same in base form and ascended form. Piccolo's special beam cannon took the same energy to charge as a basic Ki blast. Krillin's Destructo Disc required no more effort than pointing. Tien contacted Goku through King Kai's telepathic network. My Tri-Beam isn't draining my life force anymore. I can use it infinitely. That should be good, right? That means the technique no longer has cost, Goku said quietly. If there's no sacrifice, there's no scale. We're losing the distance between weak and strong. The room of spirit and time collapsed. Not structurally. The dimension itself forgot how to measure time differently than the outside world. Years and days became synonyms. Hyperbolic functions resolved to linear. Training that should have taken decades now happened instantly because the space could no longer maintain gradients. Weiss visited Beerus in his sleep chamber, waking the god of destruction early. My lord, the mortal power index has encountered something it cannot process. Beerus yawned. Another fusion? A new transformation? No. A man who does not transform. A fighter whose power does not fluctuate. When I attempted to measure his energy against yours, my staff displayed only one reading. Comparison undefined. Undefined? I'm a god of destruction. Everything is below me. That is the problem, Lord Beerus. The system agrees with you. It now ranks everything below this human, including you, including me, including Zeno. Beerus stood. His eyes narrowed. That's impossible. Yes, Whis said softly. It is. And yet the impossible has been filed as a baseline reading. The Grand Priest convened an emergency Omni-King summit. All 12 gods of destruction, their angels, the supreme Kais, gathered in the null realm where power could not influence structure. The Grand Priest spoke with uncharacteristic urgency. A human from Universe 7 has caused systematic failure in the cosmic power index. When we attempt to assign him a value, the equation does not reject the input. It restructures around it. His power level is not infinite, it is definitive. He has become the standard by which all other power is measured, and in that measurement, all other power is found lacking. Champa laughed nervously. So what? We just don't fight him. You don't understand, the Grand Priest continued. His existence is teaching the system. Kai itself is adapting. Energy is learning that escalation is optional. If this continues, transformations will become cosmetic. Training will become theater. Strength will become arbitrary. Quitela leaned forward. What happens to gods in a universe where power has no hierarchy? The Grand Priest did not answer. Goku teleported to Earth and found Saitama buying groceries. Hey, I heard you broke something really important. Want to fight? Saitama looked up from comparing egg prices. Not really. I'm trying to catch a sale. Goku powered up to Super Saiyan Blue. His aura erupted, shaking the continent, splitting clouds in a perfect radius. He channeled Kaioken times 20. His body blazed crimson and cyan, energy output exceeding anything he'd achieved against Jiren. His scouter reading remained exactly the same as base form. Saitama glanced at him. You done? Goku threw a punch at 70%. Saitama blocked it casually. Goku felt the impact, not pain, but equivalence. The collision of their fists produced no shockwave, no energy dispersal, no measurable output difference. His strike and Saitama's block met at unity. That's impossible, Goku whispered. I'm using blue with Kaioken. You're not even trying. Yeah, Saitama said. That happens a lot. Goku powered down, breathing hard despite minimal physical exertion. You're not suppressing your power, are you? You're just always at the right amount. I don't really think about it. That's the problem, Goku said. The universe is thinking about it, and it's changing the rules, so you're always right. Vegeta arrived seconds later, landing with enough force to crater the street. Kakarot! We need to fix this now. I tried to train this morning. I completed 10,000 push-ups in my gravity chamber at 500 times Earth's gravity. My power didn't increase, not at all. The system is rounding us. Goku nodded slowly. It's not rounding, it's solving for him. Saitama's the answer to every power equation. So the universe is rewriting the equations. Beerus teleported directly into the conversation, flanked by Whis. The god of destruction studied Saitama with visible unease. Human. I am Beerus, god of destruction. I erase planets for disappointing meals. I command energy that predates mortal concepts of power. Kneel. Saitama looked at him. Why? Beerus blinked. Because I am God. Okay, I'm Saitama. I'm a hero for fun. Whis stepped forward, his staff glowing. Lord Beerus, observe. He tapped the staff twice. Its lens displayed two readings side by side. Beerus, destruction energy. Output, cannot compute Saitama. Destruction energy. Output, cannot compute same error. Identical phrasing. When did a mortal's readout start matching yours? Whis asked quietly. Beerus's fur bristled. That device is malfunctioning. It is not, my lord. I have run diagnostics 47 times. The device is functioning perfectly. Reality is malfunctioning. Power is malfunctioning. This human has become a fixed point, and the universe is adjusting everything else around him. Vegeta snarled. Then we remove the fixed point. You cannot, Whis said. We tried. Theoretically, the Supreme Kai ran probability algorithms. In every simulation where Saitama is erased from existence, the power system does not restore. It completes its collapse. His presence is not causing the breakdown. His presence is the last thing holding the scale together. He is the flaw beneath infinity. Remove the flaw. And infinity has nowhere to stand, Goku finished. Saitama scratched his head. I don't really get what you're saying, but it sounds like you're blaming me for something. I didn't ask for any of this. That, Whis said, is precisely why it's happening. The Grand Priest convened a final assembly in the world of Void. Every angel, every god, every Supreme Kai watching as he addressed the crisis. We have three options. 1. We exile the human to a sealed dimension where his influence cannot spread. 2. We erase Universe 7 entirely and reconstruct it without him. 3. We do nothing and accept that power hierarchies are becoming obsolete. Beerus spoke first. Erase the universe? That's my job, and even I think that's extreme. Then what do you suggest? The Grand Priest asked. Goku raised his hand. What if we just let it happen? Every being in the void turned to him. I mean, Goku continued, we've always fought to get stronger, right? To push limits. But what if strength isn't about more anymore? What if it's about something else? Like what? Vegeta demanded. I don't know yet. But Saitama's not trying to break anything. He just exists. Maybe the system's not broken. Maybe it's graduating. The Grand Priest considered this. For 17 seconds, an eternity in divine time, he calculated outcomes across branching probabilities. Finally, he spoke. We will do nothing. The human remains, the system adapts. But understand this, we are no longer in a universe of escalation. We are in a universe of resolution. Power no longer climbs. It concludes. Zeno, who had been silent throughout, floated forward. His childlike voice carried finality. Sounds fun. Let's see what happens. The assembly dissolved. Gods returned to their worlds. Goku and Vegeta returned to Earth. Saitama was still at the grocery store comparing cereal brands. "Find what you were looking for?" Goku asked. "Yeah," Saitama said. "They had a sale on eggs, 2 for 1. Goku laughed despite himself. "The universe is collapsing because of you, and you're excited about eggs." "Not collapsing," Saitama corrected. "You said it yourself. Graduating." He walked toward the checkout line. "Power was always going to hit a ceiling eventually. I'm just what happens when you run out of ceiling." Vegeta crossed his arms. "And what comes after that?" Saitama paid for his groceries, turned, met Vegeta's eyes with something that wasn't confidence or arrogance, just certainty. "I don't know, but I'm probably going to be pretty bored finding out." He walked away. Behind him, Goku's scouter activated one final time without being touched. It displayed a message in Galactic Standard, "New power. Scale adopted, unit of measurement, serious punches, current universal maximum, 0.001. This is not the darkest timeline. It is only the first where Ki learned fear." Next episode. What if the Infinity Stones tried to classify Saitama's strength?